AFL26 fans, there were some huge new screenshots that dropped tonight for management mode, and I'm sure you've seen them all, but I just felt like I should do a quick little video and talk about some of it, as a little bit of this has bubbled away for a little while, and I'm so glad that it's out there now, because it's making management mode feel so much more deeper and have a bit more meaning behind it, which is all we ever wanted for 23. And I think they've ticked a lot of boxes here with what they've done and what they've implemented, which we'll bring up now on the screenshots. So this is the first screenshot. We've got Paddy Cripps behind us, obviously, but more importantly, it's a training page. So we can now actually train our players, which is something that everyone always associates management mode with, the ability to increase the play or train them in certain areas. So you can see here, you've got Monday morning and Monday afternoon. So you've got a morning and afternoon session for every day of the week. And then within that, you've got your different categories you can pick: physical, offense, kicking, handwork, defense, recovery, rest, physical, and all the way through to match day. What will be interesting, and I'm assuming this is what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting to see if whatever you decide to do on this training front, does it impact your players' like stamina or their stats for game day? I assume it will play a part, because you can do a rest day. Like, it doesn't kind of make sense to have a rest day if it didn't play a significant part. So obviously with that means you could overtrain players potentially. Maybe you can undertrain players. So it's going to be fascinating to see how they tie all of that in and what that all means. But very, very cool feature. I'm super glad that's been added, because that was one thing that was missing dramatically in 23, and should always be part of a management mode. So we'll jump across to the next screen, which has got some interesting tabs up the top here. We've got coaching, list management, fitness and medical, marketing, promotion. Now, we are on the marketing and promotion screen here, which is something that, again, we haven't seen before in an AFL game. So very good to see it now. It just adds a whole nother layer to managing a club, which is what we're used to seeing in EAFC and NBA 2K and things like that. So you've got your corporate sponsorship team, social media team, membership team, which goes up by star ranking as you level them up. And then there's the details that sit within that. So your level 1 cost, level 2 cost, and so on and so forth, which then correlates to the soft cap spend as well, which I'm guessing you'll have to be able to assign or buy coaching wages and assign money that way to make sure you're not over your soft cap. So that's a cool little feature as well, to have to tie it all in and make sure you can't just go and get the best of the best. What will be interesting is I'm hoping that under the coaching panel, maybe the different coaches you bring in have different game plans or different tactics, sort of like NBA 2K and EA with the different coaches you bring in from different nationalities have different game styles. Interesting to see if we've got anything like that potentially. But you can see here that the corporate sponsorship team provides bonuses, which is obtained through objectives, which is another very, very key word. The objectives within these modes are very, very important, whether it's game-based win-loss ratio, kicking X amount of goals, making finals, doing things like that, which then has job security attached to it, which then has the growth of the stadium, growth of the fan base, increased ticket prices, and so on and so forth. So it's a big cascading waterfall effect, and I'm just really excited that it's here in this game. Then we look at membership and merchandising. Now, I was always hoping and expecting to see a management of stadium to some degree. Never did I think we'd be managing membership tickets and membership pricing and membership levels. 3-game membership, home game, reserve seat membership, premium membership, digital membership, AFLW membership. The only thing they're missing for some of the Adelaide and Hawthorn supporters is the pet membership. If they can maybe bring that in. But in all seriousness, that is ultra impressive to have that kind of option within a game. And if we read the little transcript behind us with the 3-game membership, it's $100 to buy the 3-gamer. It's the most affordable and flexible option, as it is in real life. Decreasing the prices of the membership will bring in more members even if your team's performing poorly. Increasing the prices will decrease fan satisfaction, which may have a long-term consequence to membership numbers and revenue, but will make more profit in the short term if your team is doing well. So now you've got decisions to make about membership pricing, and which correlates to your form. Does the price justify attendance and things like that? It almost feels like one of those roller coaster simulation games where you have the ticket pricing and you've got to run your own theme park. Pretty cool vibe. I like it. Merchandise, you've got memorabilia prices, apparel, trinkets and accessories. Then you've got match day activations, family days, open training sessions, and community outreach programs. I'm guessing like when the players go down to regional Victoria and things like that. Fascinated to see what those things are, but you couldn't ask for much more in the next iteration of a membership mode. Like, I know, granted, that the manager mode in 23 was really bare bones and a bit of a letdown, if we're being brutally honest. But from what we've seen so far in just these screenshots, this is absolute night and day difference with what they've put into this. It's honestly, you'd be hard pressed not to be happy to see these things in there. Final one we'll go to is the coaching influence spent under the development tab. I'm liking this for a number of reasons. Look, the training aspect is one thing where you can grow your players. It'll be interesting to see if their attributes stay increased over time or if it's a temporary boost for that week. That's one part. But then the development part obviously helps further aid boosting players up by using your coach influence points. Now, I don't know how we acquire those yet. Hopefully we'll learn a bit more about that tomorrow. And the other thing I'd love to know is there a cap on what you can boost your player to? Like on NBA 2K, for example, when you got your VC, depending on your player type, you can boost your slam dunk to 98, but you might only be able to get to a 73-pointer. So you can't just go 99, 99, 99, and so on. Which I think is a good thing. I don't think you want 99s of every player of every position running around. I think it's too big of a thing that people can exploit, and I think it can ruin games. So I'm hoping there's caps on what you can put up for all the different players. But another cool feature, and I'm very, very keen to learn a bit more about that as well. So that's it for the video for tonight. Short and sweet. I'm sure you've seen all the screenshots before, but I'm keen to hear everyone's thoughts in the comments below. Are you happy with seeing that type of stuff in management mode? I'm sure no one was expecting to see it in there, and I'm guessing and hoping everyone's glad to see it. But like everything else, there's one thing left to tick off, and that's the gameplay piece, because that's what's going to tie all of this together. And I have a funny feeling there's going to be some gameplay improvements that people aren't expecting that we're all going to really love and enjoy. And I'm looking forward to seeing them come out over the coming days. And yeah, we'll no doubt see a few more videos out over the next 24 to 48 hours. So keep an eye out.